Hello everyone, I'm Dan Filgreen, and this is Shell Point Today for the weekend of April 4th, 5th, and 6th. On today's show, we take a look back at the festivities from last week's Shell Point Fashion Show. But first, we have lots of heads up for you today, so pay close attention. Friday afternoon, Joni Reagan brings a Vital Health Connection class detailing the new benefits available for Medicare recipients in 2014 and how you go about getting them. This free seminar takes place Friday at 2:45 p.m. in the Social Center on the island. Friday night, it's a fascinating concert from the Women Who Dare to Believe. These women act, sing, and dance their way through portraying 21 women of the Bible. The concert is open to both men and women, and it's a great way to end your week. And it even includes free desserts. It's happening at 7 p.m. at the Village Church. And if you want to hear more from the Women Who Dare to Believe, they'll be staying at Shell Point to offer a women's conference on Saturday morning, teaching women how they can dare to believe. The women's conference happens Saturday morning, starting at 9 a.m. For tickets to one or both of these events, contact the Village Church at 454-2147. And then Monday, it's the final event in the Shell Point Concert Series. It's a concert and conversation session with world-class pianist Young Ah Tak, who has been referred to as a thrilling blend of fury and finesse. Originally from Korea, her expertise is unquestioned, having received training at 3 distinguished institutions: the Juilliard School, New England Conservatory, and the Peabody Institute at Johns Hopkins University. In her hands, the piano works of the master composers come alive. See her in person as Young Ah Tak performs at Shell Point this coming Monday at 7 p.m. in the Grand Cypress Room. Your ticket includes dessert and mingling with the artist afterward, so get your tickets today at either service desk. Last week, we had a wonderful day of fashion as the Wild About Style Spring Fashion Show filled the church auditorium with the latest styles from the bell tower shops. Here is a look back. we're giving you another chance to showcase your spring fashions at the Community Thrift Store. They are throwing a Spring Fling party on Monday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Anyone who shows up in an Easter bonnet will receive a special discount offer, and the best bonnets receive a fabulous prize. Just visit the Community Thrift Store's Spring Fling on Monday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The Community Thrift Store is located on McGregor Boulevard next to Planet Fitness. Now, with a look at all this weekend's happenings, let's hear from Resort Services. Then, after your menu choices and Village Church connections, stay tuned for our Shell Point TV Week in Review.
Hi everybody, welcome to the happening segment of Shell Point TV. This is the weekend edition. I'm Bev Chandley and this is Leslie Brand, and we're going to go over all the activities that we offer Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're going to start out Friday morning at 8 o'clock with the men's match play doubles tennis at the Woodlands Tennis Courts. At 8:15, the Stamp Ministry will be in the Stamp Room on the island. The Marketplace will be in the Administration Courtyard from 8:30 to 11:30. 9:30 is the time the Susie Q will be going downtown Fort Myers for lunch. You do need to sign up for the Susie Q trips. At 10 o'clock, we have Canasta. That'll be in the game room of the Woodlands. At 10 o'clock, the men's match play doubles tennis will be down at the Woodlands Tennis Courts. Inquiring Mind meets in the Manatee Room at 10:15. And we'll jump to the afternoon activities with a 12:30 mixed progressive bridge game. That'll be in the game room of the Woodlands. At 1 o'clock, the diabetes group appointment will be in the Social Center. 1:15 is always a busy time. We have 1:15 table tennis in the Tarpon Room. We have a 1:15 quilters group in the Osprey Room. From 1:30 to 3:30, the model train room will be open down in the tunnel for tours. Also at 1:30, we have Vespers. That'll be in the community room of the Arbor. At 2 o'clock, we have Bid Euchre. That'll be in the Sable Room at the Woodlands. At 2:45, Great Decisions Group will be meeting in the Manatee Room. 2:45, we have a Health Connections class. This is the 2014 Medicare Benefit Changes. That will be in the Social Center, and sign-up is required for that one. Then at 2:45, Vespers will be in the community room of King's Crown. 6 o'clock, we have Stars on Ice down at Germain Arena. 6 o'clock is the time we begin the court pickups at the Island. 6:10, we begin in the Woodlands, and 6:20 at Eagles Preserve. Sign-up is required for that trip. At 6:45, it's game night. Every Friday night, it's in the Resident Activity Center. It's a lot of fun. Head on down. Now here's Leslie for Saturday's activities.
Thank you, Bev. We're going to start out Saturday morning at 8 o'clock with round-robin doubles tennis at the tennis courts. 9 o'clock, pickleball at the pickleball court on the island. Women's doubles at 9:30 at the tennis courts. Duplicate bridge at 9:45 in the Manatee Room. 10:15, Model Yacht Sailing Club at the Garden Apartment Pond. 1 o'clock, chess in the Library Lounge of the Resident Activity Center. Table tennis will be at 1:15 in the Tarpon Room. Basic line dancing at 3:15 in the Health Club. And we're going to jump to 6:30, duplicate bridge in the Manatee Room on the island. And here's Bev for the Sunday activities.
Thank you, Leslie. We're going to start out Sunday morning at 9 o'clock with the Christian Life Studies. That'll be held in the game room of the Woodlands. Our Christian Life Studies on the island is at the Village Church, and that's at 9:15. 10:15 is the time we have our morning worship service in the Village Church. It's also broadcast live on Shell Point TV, Channel 12. We're going to go to the afternoon at 1:30. We have a mixed golf league going on down at the Shell Point Golf Club. Ballroom line dancing for beginners will be in the Health Club at 3:15. Our last activity of the weekend is 6:15. We have our evening service at the Village Church. We wish you all a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you back here next week.
Menus for your weekend. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter on Friday is baked haddock with homemade potato salad and steamed carrots. The dinner special is the seafood buffet for $15.95, and the soup of the day is Manhattan clam chowder. In the Island Cafe for lunch on Friday, the special is a seafood salad on a croissant with slaw for $7.25. The dinner special is Chef's Choice for $8.25. Dinner specials in the Palm Grill on Friday are lamb chops for $22.95 or baked snapper for $17.95. On Saturday, the Crystal Room is closed. In the Island Cafe for lunch on Saturday, the special is a chili cheeseburger with fries for $7.25. The dinner special is pork casserole with mashed potatoes and green beans for $8.25. Dinner specials in the Palm Grill on Saturday are prime rib for $19.95 or crab cakes for $16.95. On Sunday, the Crystal Room features at Sunday brunch for $17.50. In the Island Cafe for lunch on Sunday, the special is a bacon, egg, and cheese English muffin for $7.25. The dinner special is Chef's Choice for $8.25, and the Palm Grill is closed on Sundays. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Hi, welcome to Village Church Connections. I'm Andy Hawkins. I'm the senior pastor of the Village Church, and it's my pleasure to be here with Eleanor Pease. And we're here to talk about the weekend because we have some exciting things planned, and they really start really quickly, don't they?
This is after over 10 months of planning and a wonderful way to bring the women's ministries of the Village Church and the Academy of Lifelong Learning together in presenting Dare to Believe, this conference. On Friday night, we'll have the musical with our two guests, Nan Gurley and Bonnie Keene, and I think everyone is really looking forward to that. And of course, it will include men as well as women. It will be a dessert concert, and dessert will be served at 7 o'clock. I'm really excited about the conference on Saturday for women. There will be 3 sessions, a catered lunch, which is a good draw.
Good.
But one thing that they have asked for is for us to choose 3 women from our community to be interviewed, women who've lived a long life with the Lord and probably have faced some difficult circumstances through their life. So we are going to enjoy that. So there will be 3 sessions, and this is not something that you're going to want to miss. And so please come, bring your friends, and we will all have a wonderful time together with women from across Florida and our area around Fort Myers. So I'm excited.
That sounds terrific. Now let's review the times. On Friday night, it begins when?
It begins at 7 with dessert. The performance at 7:15.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
And then Saturday, what's the starting time?
9 o'clock. With break time, of course.
Yes.
And then the second session is 10:30, lunch at 11:45, and then the afternoon session starts at 1:30. So we'll get out a good time for those who have traveled a distance
Absolutely.
to attend this.
Yeah, that sounds really exciting. Now, again, men are invited to come to the Friday evening session.
That's correct.
That's right. And then it's just for women on Saturday.
That's right.
Okay, that's exciting. And if they haven't registered so far, they still can do that, can't they?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We would very much encourage that, and it certainly is a concert that we don't want to miss.
Now, this is an exciting weekend. How exciting is Sunday going to be?
Well, Sunday's always exciting for me. You know, I think it should be exciting for everybody, but it's certainly always exciting for me. We have certainly a worship service in the morning planned that is going to be excellent. In fact, Pastor Woods tells me that the choir is going to sing a couple of psalms. One is "Bless the Lord, O my soul" from Psalm 103, based upon Pachelbel's Canon in D. And they're going to sing another psalm as well, so it'll be a great thing to see the scriptures set to music in that way. I'm always excited about that. And of course, I'm always interested in the preaching, and so I'll be bringing another message from the series on the book of Hebrews. And in this particular session, we're going to be looking at just the early verses in the 2nd chapter of Hebrews, where it talks about the witnesses of the gospel. And the interesting thing, I think, to me, is how Christians have viewed miracles from time to time. And we always are excited when we see records of miracles or hear about miracles, but God had a purpose for those miracles, and one of those purposes, in fact the most important purpose, was a test to the validity of the scriptures and to attest to the validity of the gospel. And God went to great lengths to certify it, to put his stamp of approval on the gospel of Jesus Christ in ways that are unmistakable. And so I'm excited about that because it's one of those things that confirms the truth of the gospel to people. So that's what's happening on Sunday morning. Sunday evening, in our evening service, I'll be concluding the series called Dimensions of Grace. And we've been following the verses of a hymn written by Emmanuel Sibomana, who was an African pastor back in the middle part of the 20th century. And he has captured various dimensions of grace in a hymn called "Oh, How the Grace of God Amazes Me." And we'll be looking at the last stanza as it introduces us once again to the idea of being set free from sin, the bondage that we have normally to sin. And we'll be focusing on the passage in Romans chapter 6, which tells us how grace actually does that and works in our lives. So I think from beginning to end, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is going to be a wonderful weekend. I can't imagine anybody coming to the weekend's activities without being extraordinarily blessed and moved and even transformed. Yes. So we're looking forward to that and praying that God would do that in the hearts and minds of His people.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Well, thank you, Eleanor, for being with us and sharing the opportunities that we have in Dare to Believe. And we thank you for joining us as well. And we hope to see you soon.
It's time to replay some of the week's best stories from ShellPoint TV. And we began this week learning about the new Aqua Specialty Fitness class, Aqua Pilates Stretch.
I'm Mary Franklin with the Health Connection here at the fabulous new Aquatic Center, and our new instructor, Jane Fenzer, who will be teaching Aqua Pilates Stretch. This class is brought to you on Tuesdays and Thursdays starting April 1st from 1:30 to 2:15. It's a 45-minute class and it costs just $5 each time. Jane, thanks for coming to Shell Point.
Oh, I love it out here, and look at the new facility. I just saw the pool today, and we're going to have fun. Aqua Pilates, some people wonder what it is. It's basically core, working with the core, lots of abdominals, and we'll practice the breathing, which is very important.
And so it's a class for anybody,
right? Oh,
right?
yes. Anybody. Right. Just put on your swimsuit and come on down.
When you get done with Pilates on land, you feel taller and straighter because it's the lengthening of your muscles. Same thing in the water, right?
Same thing in the water, and the water's very forgiving. The stretching, you can go further with the motions in the water. Consequently, at the end of the day, you'll be able to reach higher and do things that you never thought you'd be able to do.
And this class isn't your typical jump around water class. It's more fluid movements, correct?
Fluid movements throughout. We'll concentrate on the breathing.
Yes.
Breathe through the nose and breathe through the mouth. And abs in. I'll really concentrate on the core.
Now, Jane, you like to change your class up a little bit. But most of the time you'll be in this pool, the therapy pool. But every once in a while you may change class up and go use the other pool to get in a little bit deeper.
Yes, depending on who comes, what their needs are.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about you. Where are you from, and what about your certifications, and where else are you teaching?
Okay, well, I'm originally from Ohio. Once I graduated from college, and then I took off and I became an airline flight attendant for many, many years.
Yes.
And then when I retired, I decided to come into the fitness industry. And I thought at that time, my age and who I was, I needed to be in the water. And I stuck in the water for the last 17 years, and I've been working at Gulf Harbor for 17 years.
Yes.
I started there before they even had a pool.
Right.
So that's where I come from, right down the road. But I'm really excited to be here at Shell Point.
Well, we're excited to have you here and excited for this new class. You can just come to the class. You don't have to sign up. Just come when you can on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and Jane will go ahead and we'll charge your account. We'll just take a roster of who is here. And again, it's at 1:30 right here. So if you're ready to lengthen those muscles, improve your posture, work on your breathing, This is the class for you, and you have a professional in Jane to do it all for you. I'm Mary Franklin with the Health Connection. Make it a happy and healthy day.
We talked to the cover couple of this month's Shell Point Life magazine, Bob and Susan Strong.
Hello, I'm Willie Demrest, and I'm here with a very special couple from Minnesota, Bob and Susan Strong, and I'm so impressed with them. Bob, how did you get started in this? I mean, how old were you when you first started your first business, or how many businesses have you been involved in? I know it's many.
I credit probably my first job with having set the stage. As a farm kid in west central Illinois, at age 12, I signed up to detassel seed corn for the DeKalb Seed Corn Company. The next year, they made me foreman, and all of my crew were older than I was and bigger than I was and tougher than I was, so I learned in a hurry that you had to make people want to work rather than have to work. Oh, yes. And from those skills, I believe that that's followed me in any business we've been in. I've had the most loyal employees you could ever hope to. And that kind of rewards comes from, I believe, treating these people as human beings, treating them as what they are. And they have innate value because they're a child of God. And I treat them that way, and they will do anything for you. As a business owner and talking to other business owners, I realize that it's lonely at the top. Many of these business owners seem to have a need of a listener, somebody who would listen, would talk, they could feel their ideas off of, especially a smaller business that didn't have the luxury of a board. And so some of the things we began doing started when we decided to form something called Strong Leadership Group in 1984. It was founded primarily to fill that need in order to sit with a business owner. Some of the business owners we sat with an hour a week.
Now, is that to help them in management or in personal relationships or in increasing their business?
The fact is, you can't meet with a business owner an hour a week for years and not have this gradually gravitate over into family. One family in particular, I've met with 4 brothers, 4 sisters, both parents, 2 children, and it just grows that way.
So the Strong group that you have, leadership group, that works with all kinds of businesses and personal relationships within the businesses, is that right? And now you're working with the CEOs and the top management people because of recognizing that loneliness at the top?
Some companies will bring me in. I will meet with all of their top managers, their vice presidents.
Right now you're meeting with 9 heads of company, 9 people in the company, vice presidents, etc. Each one of them an hour and a half a week.
How do you prepare for those?
He prepares and he prays.
I call it my P&P time. I've never felt I had anything to offer other than my faith. So my P&P time refers to preparation and prayer. I always review the notes. I spend an hour. I set aside an hour for every hour and a half session I have coming up, which means if I'm going to meet them at 6 a.m. at my office, I'm there at 5.
Even coming down here, a month's vacation, he couldn't pull himself away. They wouldn't let him pull away. He meets 1/2 to 1 hour with each one every day.
By telephone?
By telephone while we're here.
I remember you sharing one story about how a company grew or didn't grow because the CEO or the president was so intimidating that nobody dared open their mouth in these board meetings or group meetings. Can you share a little of that?
We have one man, he's vice president of manufacturing for a certain company. And when I first met him, I thought, boy, this is not going anywhere. He had just a steely, hard look. And so I've worked with him every day. I said, warm up your face. And I'd tell him stories and get him, and finally he'd laugh and I'd hold it. You've got it. It's right there. Your eyes warmed up. And everyone in that company is talking about the new Jeff.
And how about other businesses that you've started and owned and ran and managed?
Well, the main business we operated in Minnesota was called Northland Industries, Inc., and we sold irrigation equipment to farmers and ranchers.
Center pivot.
Yes, it's called center pivot irrigation. It makes the big circles. Anyone that flies has seen the fields that are perfect circles on the ground. That business went very well. I used the airplane in that to get around. And
I was going to ask you how you used your airplane.
I'm a flying junkie. I've flown all my life. I'm a commercial pilot, and I'm certified with Angel Flight, carrying transplant patients and organs to places like Mayo Clinic, Iowa City, Milwaukee, wherever, to or from. I'm also certified with Wings of Mercy, which is a similar organization, and because of those connections and their dispatch system, I'm also certified as a first responder with Homeland Security, which means I can get in the air in 1 hour from the time I get a dispatch.
How did you find out about Shell Point? Are you connected somehow?
We heard about it through our church for 30 years, because we belong to an Alliance church. And we just thought, my, this is a wonderful place, but I don't know if we can ever afford to go here.
I pretty well wrote it off that we couldn't afford to be here, but I had another God thing. I had the privilege of being on the national board of the CNMA for a few years, and Peter Dyes, the president of Shell Point, was on that board, and he also reported about Shell Point. We saw the financials, and I would come back to the room often and tell Susan, I said, that man could run any corporation in the country and run it well. I was very impacted with that. And 2 years ago, May, I was giving him a ride to the Colorado Springs airport after a board meeting. And he kind of chided me. He said, Bob, I can't believe you've been Christian Missionary Alliance for 30 years and you've never seen Shell Point. And I said, well, we don't want to tease ourselves. We just never really felt we could afford it. And I'll never forget Peter's words. He said, you need to come down and make us tell you no. And we ended up here, and they showed us this one place, and the view is worth it all, but the people, and we just love our time here.
Well, thank you, Susan and Bob, for sharing that time and all your experiences with us. I'm thankful that you're all listening and tuning into Shell Point TV. This is Willie Demarest saying goodbye.
The Living Healthy Group meets every Tuesday to discuss health, fitness, and diet. Let's learn more.
This is the Living Healthy Group, and we are comprised of employees and residents alike. We meet once a week, and our goal is to take various nutrition, fitness, exercise-related topics and discuss them and become more educated ourselves.
I like Michelle, number one. I've been to her exercise classes that work for me. I like what she imparts for information for us. When I came to Shell Point a year ago, I found that social life was making me gain weight. So I decided to get it off Michelle's wagon. She's been a big help for me. I'm down 8 pounds since I started working with her.
Back a while ago when we did the Biggest Loser contest, I realized that I was starting to lose control and gain too much weight, and so I decided at that point that I needed to take better control, and so I decided to start taking some action, and this is one of the things that I'm doing to take that action.
I like the class because it's not only about weight control, but it's healthy eating and just a healthy lifestyle, which is to me more than just weight.
We talked about oils in one class, we're talking about exercise in one, and different types of things that improve our health overall.
We talk here at Shell Point that everyone's like a big family, residents, employees alike, and this is a great class to, like Doris said, not just to get them together and discuss health and nutrition topics, but to be able to meet one another and learn, most importantly, from one another. Every Tuesday here in the Osprey Room at 11:45 to 12:15. Feel free to bring your snack, bring a lunch, just very casual atmosphere.
This Friday, Joni Reagan discusses the newest benefits available to Medicare recipients in 2014.
I'm Mary Franklin here today with an important Health Connections program that will be on Friday, April 4th at 2:45 in the Social Center. Joni Reagan, our healthcare billing manager and accountant here at Shell Point, will talk about the 2014 Medicare benefit changes. So this is an important program to attend because changes are always taking place with the Medicare. And Joni, it's exciting because this time we have some positive changes, right?
Yeah.
What's the number one positive change this year?
I believe the biggest change is that behavioral therapy, mental health is going to be paid at 80%.
Yes. And it used to be 65.
Right.
We're going to 80%, which is a big jump.
Yeah, it's a big jump.
And they're recognizing that mental health can affect other areas of your life as well.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And there's a lot of preventative services out there that is covered by Medicare. What are a few of those?
Well, they have an annual wellness visit that you can do, and they have different types of screenings. They have obesity and wellness screenings. There's sleep screenings. Of course, you get the flu shots and pneumonia shots, diabetes screenings. So there's different, and there's other things too, but.
And there's such a mass of them and things that you really don't think of first. So you really, when you go to your appointment, should talk to your doctor about what's available, correct? Okay. So that's the best way. Your primary care physician has to order those screenings to be done?
No, they can be done at the doctor's office.
Okay. All right. Good. And you can just get them done right then?
Yeah, you can just get them done right then. And most of those that I mentioned are 100% covered.
For the mental health services, do you need to go to your primary care physician first, or can you go ahead straight to behavioral health for an appointment?
You can get an appointment with your behavioral health person.
Okay.
And just remember that it's not just for depression or whatever, but if you have a loss in your family, or you've lost somebody, or you're just down, you can go see them for that.
It's important, and it's okay to go ask for help, even if it's for a short period of time, and it can make a big difference, that's for sure. Well, I know you and your team are really going to hit this hard and explain everything to everyone on April 4th, and it will be very important because, as I said earlier, these benefits change all the time with Medicare, but we have on site our professionals here that keep on top of it. It is their focus 40 hours every week is to make sure they know what is happening in the world of Medicare. So come and hear their talk on Friday, April 4th at 2:45 p.m. in the Social Center. I'm Mary Franklin along with Joni. We wish you a happy and healthy day.
It may be April, but some residents already have Christmas on the brain. Let's learn why.
Hi everybody, it's Jared Pike here with Shell Point TV. We're talking about the Employee Christmas Gift. And with me is Dick Wright, who's with the Employee Christmas Gift Committee. Dick, why are we talking about the Employee Christmas Gift in the springtime?
We have about 1,000 employees here, and all year long they give to us. So we want to leave this open so you can donate to their Christmas fund all year. You can start today, tomorrow. In fact, several people have already given. They gave in January and February and March. So we keep it open.
Now describe for people who might not be aware, why is there an Employee Christmas Gift? What is that concept?
Well, it started here in Shell Point several years ago. The residents wanted to give their thanks and gifts to employees. You want to tip them. They come in and do things for us all day, every day, and we want to give them a tip often because that's the custom in our country, to tip people that help you. But there's a no-tip policy here. They are not allowed to give tips. So the residents, this is a resident program. It's not a Shell Point program. And the residents decided many years ago to donate, and at the end of the year, what a better time to give a gift than at Christmas. So we start it now, and you can give any time all year long up to November 28th. It's a program for them, and it gives them something at Christmas time where we can all use a little extra money. You know, at least in our family, and a lot of families I know, there's no money left at the end of a month. And it's pretty tough to save for Christmas. And yet Christmas comes and there's always additional expenses, the present, if you get a tree, whatever.
Travel.
And it's really nice to get. A lot of companies give bonuses at Christmas to people. And we, the residents, decided we'd give this. Now, it's not just unusual for Shell Point to have this. We checked with several other residents' communities like this, and they all do it. The residents in all those places give it. It's a thank you and a recognition of the service they give us.
Well, with that in mind, we're going to see in the Shell Point Life magazine a drawing that looks like this, and it says, Smiles of Shell Point. And Dick, you did this drawing.
I've been so impressed, as others have, with the atmosphere at Shell Point. It's really significant. Wherever you go, the residents and the employees, and most important, the employees, smile and wave to you. You'll see a car go by with a resident waving to you. You don't know who it is, and you wave back and smile. But I've been so impressed. There's sort of a glow, I like to call it, a glow over Shell Point caused by the employees welcoming and smiling and smiling.
And every month there's going to be a new drawing done by you of a typical Shell Point employee, not specific ones, but examples. So what kind of occupations here do we see?
Well, there's always people here in the pavilion who are helping others, and you'll see people even helping others walking across the street. You see the fellow with the leaf blower. You probably hear him too. He's bothered a couple of my naps, but there are no leaves in front of our place.
Right, it's very important.
And the fellows that trim the bushes, I get a kick out of them. But I tease other people. I say, you come to Shell Point, take a good look at the branch of a bush, because if it's this high, much higher than the others, it won't be tomorrow. They do a marvelous job. They even take our garbage and our trash, which something used to be my job. And a helping hand is always there for someone, even if they weren't expecting it. It's that sort of thing. Everybody smiles, and even the cook, a lot of the people we don't see often, like the cooks and the laundry people and the
call center,
the nice ladies at the call center. Everybody here is trying to help us. I keep saying they help. I think it's 365 days a year, and their reward, besides their salary, is doing a good job. We all love to do a good job, and their idea of doing a good job is giving to us, is making our life happier, easier. That's what they come to work to do. I think that's so important. All day there's about 1,000 people that come here to help us. So why shouldn't we tip them, give them a Christmas gift?
Well, you've done a great job of reminding people every month. There's going to be one of these drawings in the magazine every month. And your committee is also doing other things. Mention the other people in your committee.
Well, there's Barbara Miller Witten, and John Burden, and David Marriott. So the four of us have volunteered to do this year, and I hope you'll be hearing from us, because on the elevators and on the bulletin boards we'll have reminders, and you'll see the wreath.
And you'll see drawings like this. Now, Dick, if people have questions about the employee Christmas gift, such as how do they give, how do they get answers to those questions?
Well, first of all, there's going to be you're going to get a mailing that goes out April the 2nd, and attached to the mailing will be an envelope. And we all know what envelopes are for when you get them in the mail. And all you do is put your check in the envelope, and it tells you how to write the check, to whom, and to mention that it's for the Christmas fund.
And they can also have it automatically deducted if that's their choice.
They can. Of course, you can sign up for automatic deduction anytime. There will be at the service desks at Woodlands and the island, there will be forms for that. But you can drop checks in the mail all year long, or this year, or whenever.
So that's fantastic. So look for these drawings in the magazine, courtesy of Dick Wright and the committee of the Employee Christmas Gift, and you can contact him if you have any questions about the campaign. So, for Dick Wright, this is Jared Pike, Shell Point TV.
we learned about an exciting new fitness class at the Aquatic Center, Aquatic Agility and Conditioning.
I'm Mary Franklin with the Health Connection, here today with our fitness coordinator, Craig Norling, and we're here to promote an upcoming brand new class here at the new LifeQuest Aquatic Center. Craig, you're going to be teaching an interesting class. Yes. It's going to be Aqua Agility and Conditioning. You're going to offer it 3 sessions, right?
A, B, and C.
All right. And for dates and times, you want to check your Health Connection booklet because we're offering this in 3 different series. Session A at this moment is full.
Correct.
Right? So you want to sign up for B or C. And an interesting thing about this class, it's a small class.
True.
Why are you only letting 6 people in at a time?
So I can focus on just those 6 people. So we can work on what this class is designed for as far as agility and conditioning. And so we're going to take time for those 6 people to work on that, as long as their flexibility and the range of motion.
Right. So it's like a group personal training. Instead of one-on-one, it's a little bit more people, which will be fun.
Yeah.
Now, when they come every session, you're doing a group of 12 sessions. Is every time going to be exactly the same?
Oh no.
No.
It'll be different every time.
Okay.
We'll do some of the same stuff every time, but every time will be different.
Okay. You want to really work on their specialized needs and get them going. What parts of the pool will you be using?
I get really all of them.
Okay.
All of them. We might do a little deep water. We might use some of the therapy pool. We might even use the lap lane right here.
Okay. Now in Melanie Brode's class for agility, she does a lot of footwork. How are you going to translate that into the pool?
Well, we're going to do a lot of full body work.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to use their entire body and moving them for a lot of time.
Okay. All right. So it's really that real focus group, a lot of attention by Craig, and you want that from him so he can push you to your limit, but not too far. He's just going to make you just get to that uncomfortable zone, right?
Just enough, yeah.
Right, and make you push it. And so this will be a great class if you want to get into the water and push it a little bit more than what you traditionally have. Craig will be your guy to do that. I'm Mary Franklin along with Craig. Make it a happy and healthy day.
This year marks the 25th anniversary of the Shell Point Gift Shop. We took a look back at how the gift shop got started.
I wanted to do something different when I got here, and so I had decided that we were going to go to the village church, but I knew that only the people I would meet are those in church, so I wanted to meet other people. So one day I went in the gift shop, and I looked around. There wasn't anyone in there I knew, and I thought, well, this would be an interesting place to work. And gradually then worked in the shop and then served on the board many years. Bob Selkirk at that time was on the board.
When I first got here, there was a small room in the front part of which is one of the parts of the wood shop now, was the gift shop.
The first gift shop was located down in the tunnel between the health club and the wood shop, but it wasn't just the gift shop in there. The activities department had their offices there. You could put things in there to be sold, but the money and that type of thing, the activities people handled.
Just small wooden things, primarily bookends and things of that nature, rather rudimentary.
Later in '88, they decided to move the activities offices out. And that really hurt the gift shop. And so sales went way down. They were just like in maybe a couple $100 or even less that they would have a sale in a week. And it was rough for them. This group met, and they decided that something had to be done about the location.
Ruth Beck and Robin Wild and several other people were associated with the gift shop at that time.
In April of 1989, Peter Dice and David Haverstick met with the gift shop committee and explained to them that they had found 500 150 square feet behind the motel office that we could use for a gift shop. And so they said that they had an interior designer had drawn up drawings of possible specialized ways to display things and cupboards.
So we had a floor layout, and which was accepted, and that's how we got started.
And in June of 1989, there was an article in the Courier introducing the gift shop. There was another small article which I enjoyed reading. It said, name the gift shop. It suggested that you vote on a name. The first was the gift shop. The second was made by hand. The third was all original. And then there were the village crafts. And the last one was the gift box. Of course, you know who won. The gift shop. Would you have picked that one? In October of 1989, the minutes read, we were concerned about the pink neon sign in the gift shop. Can you believe that? Pink neon? The interior designer was going to reevaluate this sign. And needless to say, it's not there today. The volunteers were having problems with a new adding machine. I chuckled at this. I thought, they thought they had problems with an adding machine. You ought to put a computer in and see what they would do. That's what we went through, changing with the computer.
I've seen the level of production has been quite startling. I mean, from simple, very simple, rudimentary things, the output became much more sophisticated. Each year you could almost see a step up. And it was quite encouraging to note that.
Everything is made or enhanced by residents. It's amazing the different articles that are there.
There's a 6-drawer chest. I made a few for the gift shop, and boy, I've sold a number of those, and people just think they're lovely.
Hand knitted and children's clothing, and there's just everything. In 1993, we sold 700 cards the month of December, and in 2013 we sold 1,214 cards. So we do sell a lot of commercial cards at the gift shop.
Magazine racks, which you can pick up and carry and put from place to place, and make a lot of clocks. Little take-apart toy chairs for little 3 to 5-year-olds. The people up the gift shop, they say, "Gosh, we got to have some more of this, or we got to have some more of that." Well, I'm working on it, but I can only get so many so fast.
The first thing I sold was a plastic bag holders that were made out of towels that you hung in your closet. I can remember very vividly. I took it in to the lady that was the merchandise manager, and she said to me, "What in the world is this thing?" And I explained to her what it was, and she said, "Well, I don't know if anybody would want anything like that around here or not, but if you want to leave it, we'll see if we could sell it." And do you know, the next morning I got a call from her. She said, "We sold that. Could you bring some more in?" So that was my first experience with the gift shop. At first, when they were down in the tunnel without any help, they had they made $135, and then in November they sold over $3,000 worth of merchandise just in 2 months, moving the location and being organized like they were. In 2003, our cumulative sales from the beginning reached $500,000, but in April of 2012, we reached over $1 million in sales at the gift shop. It's amazing. It really is. The gift shop only gets 10% of the sales. But with that money, we're not a money-making organization. We're here to serve. And so, through the years, we have given gifts to many things. The lighted Christmas tree in Lagoon was given, actually, this is the third Christmas tree that we have given. In 1994, Bob Selkirk built the lectern and the new sound system in the social center. We bought patio chairs for Pavilion Annex. One of the big things we bought is a piano for the arbor. We've given a total of $14,000 to the Employees Christmas Fund. I enjoy working with the people, have through the years, and have developed many friendships with the ladies that work in the gift shop. And it was something that I was interested in, and I just wanted things to be the best for the gift shop, and I enjoyed doing that.
We're glad you joined us for today's show. Tune in next week for more stories and news from around your community. Until then, this is Shell Point Today for the weekend of April 4th, 5th, and 6th. I'm Dan Filgreen, and from all of us here at Shell Point TV, we hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here again on Monday.